What's up, y'all? White Hollywood here, giving an update on my knee, my injury. If you've seen the last couple videos, part one at Red River Motorcycle Trails at Bill's Woods, we were deep in the woods. It's one of the most technical places to ride out there. It's in Munster, Texas, on the Oklahoma border in Texas. We're deep in there, miles in, and it's a 3,000 acre place. And about 20 minutes into the ride, getting in there, it wasn't too far in. I went down a drop in, was about 20 foot, and was trying to hit my back brake, but my back brake was bent in from the day before. It wasn't quite. I tried tweaking it out a little more, and then going through some of the ruts that we had went through, it had bent it in more. And when I went in, I noticed when I went on this drop in, I was trying to hit the brake, and I just wasn't slowing down. I went full speed and hit a root, went flying, and went over, did a flip, and my knee had hit the ground and went in, and I think that's when I hyperextended my knee in. And I felt it at the time, but my adrenaline was so high and everything at the time that I didn't feel all the pain. My bike was messed up, as you've seen throughout those couple videos, and we're deep in the woods. There's no way to get out of there but to ride out. So I had no other choice but to ride the bike and try to get out all this gnarly stuff, which was the toughest thing in the world to do. It took every last thing in me to get out of that place and ride the bike the way it was to get out. But I did. I even panicked at one moment. If you watch a little bit of the video, I got shook up, had to take my helmet off, take a breather. At that point, I was just, frustrated with the bike because bent bars, they're moving around, triple clamp. But I sucked it up. I pushed through. Once we made it out of Bill's Woods, right towards the end, I started noticing a pain in my knee. And I mentioned it, and I think in the second video, part two, and I noticed it. But we went back, fixed the bike up, and I made it out there. We went back, fixed the bike up a little bit. I was able to ride it. We rode it a little bit more. Towards the end, I started feeling it some more, and I noticed the pain. Again, my adrenaline's so high, and I have a high pain tolerance. I didn't really think about it at the time. I wasn't even looking at my knee. I wasn't, I felt it, but I've been banged up so many times. I'm just like, whatever. Well, as I started going home after the ride, I noticed my knee was hurting way more. It was starting to swell up on the ride home. It was getting stiff. By the time I got home, my knee was swollen. It was swelling up, and I could barely walk. It was just so stiff I could barely walk. And so I started icing it heavy, thinking, all right, it's just sore. Well, next day comes around. I was supposed to go to work the next day. I could barely get up and walk. I couldn't even stand on it. My knee felt like jello. And it was just unstable. And at that point I knew, maybe I did something, bad. I ended up going to the doctor today. They said that I had fluid under my kneecap, I can't remember what you call it, but they put me on anti-inflammatories, put me in this full knee brace. I got to get the swelling down to get that, the inflammation gone. So they said 3 to 5 days, see how my knee is feeling. If it isn't feeling any better, or I can't walk or whatever, I have to go get an MRI done to see what further damage is done to my knee. But I'm hoping for the best, y'all. I don't want to be out. I don't want to go through I hope I didn't tear my ACL. Hopefully it's just a strain, but I don't know. It's pretty bad, but sometimes after a couple days it could get a lot better, or sometimes it can get worse. So we'll just have to see where it goes. But I'm hoping for the best. Fingers crossed, and I'll keep updating along the way. Everybody stick with me. And hopefully this isn't that bad and we can keep making videos. Again, thanks to everybody. Peace out.